Priyanka Chopra.
How do you do it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just like, it's like she does everything. What does she not do?
Yeah.
How we all have the same amount of hours in a day.
Yeah.
She spends hers doing a lot more than I do.
That's right.
Oh, that's goals. I talk very correctly in interviews, and sometimes I just want to just be like and just say whatever I want.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, right before I start interviews, I think, today's the day where I'm just going to say things, just like be. And every time I start talking, and then I'm like, but why to be unnecessarily
Yeah.
controversial?
Yeah.
And so then I take a U-turn and I come back to being sensitive and correct. Everyone's sort of doing their own thing.
Right.
Even people that are doing something similar, they're actually doing it very differently. Now there's more to an actor than just the films they do. It's the way they talk in an interview. It's the way they handle their social media. It's the brands that they're on. It's, their pap videos. Like everything adds your own individual character to it. So standing out, I think everyone is doing. I think it's a race for visibility more than anything else.
Right.
And then acceptance via that visibility. Wow. Solid.
Such wise words.
Beautiful.
I was like, wow, good points I'm making in my head. I was like, it's damn good.
Okay, looks that could kill.
Looks that could kill would be Malaika Arora. Lovely.
Yes, great.
I'll
We were
tell you about
discussing
this.
off camera that in the middle of the interview, you should just be sitting like this and just
Yes,
start
this is
doing this for
U-turn.
you.
This
That's
is what you
also
have to
a
do every
sultry
time
look,
you
by the
watch.
Now let me do sultry look. No, I want
You do the sultry look, I'll do the copper look.
Chalo, ek baar kar. All right.
Okay, now we can
She's
start.
like, what is this
Now-
interview? Why have I
now
come here? Which fools am I talking to?
Hello everyone, welcome to News 18 Showsha, and today we have with us Priyanshu and Alaya, and we are going to be talking about U-turn and so much more. Hi guys, how are you doing?
Hello.
Lovely.
Yes, great.
I'll
We
tell
were
you about
discussing
this.
off camera that in the middle of the interview, you should just be sitting like this and just
Yes,
start
this is
doing this for
U-turn.
you.
This
That's
is what you have
also
to
a
do every
sultry
time
look,
you
by the
watch.
Now let me do sultry look. No, I want
You do the sultry look, I'll do the copper look.
Chalo, ek baar kar. All right.
Okay, now we can
She's
start.
like, what is this
Now-
interview? Why have
now
I
we
come
can
here? Which fools am I talking to?
Let me start with my questions. Okay.
Yeah.
Please start. Sorry.
Okay, so this is called U-turn. The film is called U-turn.
Yes.
I would want to ask you took a U-turn in your life, and that made you sort of come back to what you thought was comfortable. You probably were taking a risk, but you were too scared. No, let me just take a U-turn and go back to
Go
the
back
basics.
to what felt comfortable. Yeah. A lot of the time in life, I think, I talk very correctly in interviews, and, sometimes I just want to just be like, and just say whatever I want,
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, right before I start interviews, I think, today's the day where I'm just going to say things, just like be. And every time I start talking, and then I'm like, but why to be unnecessarily
Yeah.
controversial?
Yeah.
And so then I take a U-turn and I come back to being sensitive and correct.
Okay. What about you?
Not in a fake way, it's all authentic only,
Yeah.
but sometimes.
Not with life decisions so much, but I think with my diet decisions a
Yeah,
lot. At times when I'm like, nahi,
That's a good
nahi, khana chal yaar, aaj pani puri khai lete hain. And then I take a U-turn in my car and I'm like, let's go have a couple of plates. So sometimes I'm in a very strict diet, and then I take a U-turn because I'm going to eat something which I shouldn't, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no, let's control myself. So
Okay.
वो तो बहुत बार कहते रहते हैं.
Okay. Priyanshu, I was reading somewhere that, you ever since you watched Sarfarosh, you really wanted to play a cop. And you are actually playing a cop here. Was that one of the reasons that made, that clicked with you?
Wearing a uniform, I love wearing a uniform on camera, and all these the films really inspired me since my childhood days. I think my career options that time, अगर मुझसे कोई बड़े पूछते थे कि क्या बनना है, तो वो भी जो भी recent film देखी होती तो मैं वो बोल देता था कि मैंने कोई फाइटर वाली फिल्म देखी तो मैंने बोलता था मुझे फाइटर बनना है, मुझे क्रिकेटर बनना है, मुझे सरफरोश देखने के बाद मुझे आईपीएस ऑफिसर बनना ही बनना था. मैं बहुत सीरियस हो गया था एक साल. मैंने बोला क्या करना होगा ये करने के लिए, जैसे बहुत पढ़ाई. मैंने बोला
Did
अभी
you
क्या
start
करें.
preparing for it?
नहीं, then I started doing acting, and I said कि ड्रामा करते हैं, इसमें सब कुछ अलग अलग किरदार प्ले करने को मिलेंगे, and that's how I think I love getting into different kind of roles and characters, because you start somewhere, you feel, or at least you go through what they've gone through, at 10% of it. I'm not saying we are going to do exactly what the cops have gone through, or when you're playing an army role or any role, journalist or whatever, but you get a sense of a feeling of that you're being that, especially when you wear a uniform. तो हाँ कॉप का तो बहुत बड़ा फैन था, स्पेशली सरफरोश, जंजीर, शूल एंड कितनी सारी फिल्में यार. देन यू वॉच दबंग एंड सिंघम एंड ऑल दैट. तो जब भी कॉप यूनिफॉर्म देखते हैं तो मजा तो आता ही था. So that was one, of course, a thing that I really wanted to be play, because I want to play different roles, and the story is so interesting, so gripping.
Yes.
कि we couldn't, I think narration में भी हमारा attention एक time पे भी यहाँ से वहाँ नहीं हो. And while we were shooting also, I think we had a lot of fun.
Yeah. Wait. When did you start shooting for this, Alaya? This was after Almost Pyar.
Yeah. It was after Jawani Janeman, after Almost Pyar, before Freddy actually.
Okay.
I got Freddy, I think, thanks to this movie, because I was just about wrapping up the main portion of U-Turn, which was our whole Chandigarh schedule. And right at the end of the schedule, Freddy was offered to me, and I came back to Bombay, and literally the next day I was on the sets of Freddy. So I shot this and Freddy basically back to back. And yeah, so this was right after the second lockdown had opened up. This was the first thing I shot after the pandemic.
Okay, yeah. There's one common thread between the two of you. I mean, in the kind of film choices, let's say. The films might be mainstream commercial films, but they are rather unconventional in their approach. So you started off with a film where you were a pregnant woman.
Yes.
And then you were a killer in your next.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, for you, there was Bhavesh Joshi, there was Rock On. Now, these films are considered way ahead of their times.
Yeah.
Is it a conscious decision to stand away from the crowd through these choices?
Tell me if you agree, because I feel we are at a very nice time right now as an actor, because when the content has become very interesting, people are experimenting, the writers are writing very different kind of genres of films. This is not just a crime thriller, investigative film. There's so much happening in this film, We are experimenting with our scripts. The directors want to make different kind of genres. We have explored so much through OTT, seen so much worldwide, kind of cinema, that aaj hum karne wale hain. We want to do different, and we are very lucky that we are kind of being actors at this time when we can explore such. And I really think now typical hero-heroine films to mujhe lag raha I hardly see them.
Exactly. I also think that unconventional films are actually becoming the
norm now.
They are conventional now,
People
because
really want to see those. Yeah.
no one, the films that have been working for a very, very long time suddenly are really not working. So everyone is having to reevaluate what they think is conventional and unconventional now. I have only known this side of the industry. Since I've been in the industry has been the pandemic. And post-pandemic, all these many changes have happened. So this is sort of the only world I've known as an actor. And so I'm glad that everyone's also just as lost as I am. I guess we're all figuring it out together and hoping for the best. But again, that's why when this word unconventional is used, I'm always a little like, I get what you mean by it. But also with the way things are changing, actually, I think everyone is doing unconventional things. And the ones that are doing things that are hyper-conventional, people are finding it quite dated in a lot of ways. So, I enjoy it thoroughly.
Yes, but does standing out from the crowd become especially difficult since the industry is so competitive and it's getting more competitive by the day?
Standing out from the crowd, I think more than standing out from the crowd, I think attaining visibility is the main thing. That I am, that's my main focus right now. Because see, from a point of choosing films, doing all of that, I'm really proud of the choices I made. I think I've had really great roles that I've been able to play. I think to the industry, I've really managed to show my range and, all of that to people in Mumbai, Delhi and Bangalore. If I go there, it's like, oh, okay, Alaya, this, Alaya, that. But if I go somewhere else, no one will have a damn clue about who I am. Right? Because my films so far have catered to a certain audience.
Urban
just by
audience,
default. Has catered to a more urban audience. For me right now, what my mission is over the next 2 years, or longer if needed, just for the rest of it, is also to somehow connect with a much larger audience. The audience that knows me likes me. Touch wood, thank you. But I need more people to now come in and know me and then know my films and know all of that. That is my goal now. So it's not about standing out from the crowd. I think everyone by default now does stand out in their own way because everyone's sort of doing their own thing.
Right.
Even people that are doing something similar, they're actually doing it very differently. You know, now there's more to an actor than just the films they do. It's the way they talk in an interview, it's the way they handle their social media, it's the brands that they're on, it's, you know, their pap videos, like everything adds your own individual character to it. So standing out, I think everyone is doing. I think it's a race for visibility more than anything else.
Right.
And then acceptance via that visibility. Wow. Solid.
Such wise words.
Beautiful.
I was like, wow, good points I'm making in my head. I was like, it's damn good.
Do you want to add to that, those wise words?
Absolutely agreeing to all those wise words she just said. I don't think I can put it in better words. But then you create a niche, I think.
Yeah.
You don't want to stand up the crowd. You don't have to compete with that crowd. Everybody has their own niche, as she's saying, by doing what we're doing. And when you find yourself, the individual you are, the kind of work you want to do, you automatically create your own niche. And people do love you for that. People do love you for how you are in front of camera, when we are acting, and not when we're not acting also. So it's when you find yourself, I think you automatically try to, why should I do something which, you know, this guy is doing or the other actor is doing? It is something which it should please me. My journey has to be my journey. And even I've realized that I've been very, very lucky to be working with some great filmmakers, from Motwane to Raja Menon to Navdeep Singh now, Vishal Bharadwaj, and all these guys are in a great lineup. So why should I be looking at कि यार कोई वो वाला बंदा ना जो काम कर रहा है मुझे वो करना है? नहीं, my journey has been going one step at a time and actually only going higher and higher. So and the love I've been getting from the audience is that they like the space I'm in, they like the different kind of things I'm getting to them. Which is what I realized, I think that is when I found oh, this is what is really working for me. This is what I should be working on.
Yeah.
So it is basically finding yourself. You find yourself as an actor and as a person.
Right.
People start loving you for that.
And I also have another point which you've seen the film, right? U-Turn. You've seen the full film now.
Yeah.
So I actually think U-Turn is one of my more massy movies. Actually, in terms of treatment, in terms of the way it is, in terms of all of that. It's definitely more, you know, than everything. It's a gripping story. It's, you know, tight as a film. You're on the edge of your seat, all of that. But in terms of the way it is, it's a lot more massy than a lot of the films I've done.
It's got full masala. It's got everything in it.
Which is why I'm so happy that it found a home at ZEE5, because I think ZEE5 is the perfect platform for it.
Correct.
You know, with the, you know, subscriber base that they have, it ties in completely into, you know, what this film really needs, which is why I'm very excited about this.
True.
Yeah. No, so, you know, there's another commonality between the two of you. I was doing some research. So your third film, I mean, third as in the third film that released, was directed by Anurag Kashyap. And the third film, your third film that released, was written by Anurag Kashyap.
Really?
Nice. She's got
very
all the
cool.
points.
I like this.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Anurag.
So
He's
now
one of my
I
favorite
think,
people.
Yeah, that day also I bumped into him in the flight and we were chatting, and I think, so yeah, I think eventually in coming days then we all should do a film together.
Absolutely. No? That's what I was insinuating. That would be great, right?
Yeah. No, Anurag sir is someone that I just love. He's the first person that believed in my talent and actually gave me a film, you know. So many people say, haha, nice. No one actually, you know, acts on it. He was the first person that acted on it. And I was like, my God, if he believes that I can be a great actor, I must be relatively good.
Yes.
And I went in with a very different sense of confidence after that. So I am so grateful to him. I think working with him, I've learned so much about acting and as a craft and everything. It's thanks to him that now my first 2 takes are usually actually my best takes. Every director has said this to me since then, which is that my first 2 takes are my best takes. Where I always earlier used to be someone that used to get better with each take. Now my first 2 are the most impulsive and spontaneous, and after that it becomes repetitive.
Yes.
It's all Anurag sir's training.
You feel good, right? You feel really, really good when you're credited by such filmmakers. And even for me, when I got Bhavesh, it took me time to really, when they called me, I said ki Phantom Office mein milna chahte hain. This is the film and you're playing Bhavesh. I said, am I locked? Am I playing that guy? I'm sure. And I meet Motwane and I sit with these guys and we have a chat. And I've gone home and I'm like, I don't think I am in. Should I confirm again? So, बहुत time लगता है to really realize that these guys, such filmmakers, are beautiful filmmakers, and really trusting you in for us, all the upcoming actors.
That's true. But you know, before we let you go, I have a very fun segment.
I love fun segments.
Yes. Okay, so you play a journalist in the film. Okay, so I'm going to, if you would be a journalist, what would you ask the following people? Anurag Kashyap,
I would ask him. Good question. I already asked him so many questions. Any director I've worked with is sick and tired of my questions. They're like, why don't you, like, I have a question, but why this? But I know, but if I do this, but so Anurag says I've asked God how many questions too, but if I have to ask him one that I've probably not asked him, it would be, when is he working with me again?
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
okay. Saif Ali Khan.
What are in his genes that he's producing such good-looking babies all the time?
Right.
That is true. Okay, Priyanka Chopra.
How do you do it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just like, it's like she does everything. What does she not do?
Yeah.
How we all have the same amount of hours in a day.
Yeah.
She spends hers doing a lot more than I do.
That's right.
So that's goals. Yeah.
Kartik Aaryan.
I would ask him some questions about marketing. I think he's like a PR genius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
right.
think he's a PR genius. So I would ask him. I already have asked him. Ask him so many questions. Again, most people that I've known in personal space, I have asked them too many questions already. They're fried of my questions.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you play a cop. If you could arrest somebody for the following, who would it be? Okay. Looks that could kill.
Looks that could kill would be Malaika Arora.
She's hot.
Yeah.
Okay. You could kill people for their sense of humor. Who would you kill for their sense of
Which
humor?
cop is killing people?
No, you're saying kill people? Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Arrest people.
arrest people
Yeah,
would be
basically.
nice. Like, I'm a big fan of Saiz Brocha. Yaar.
Okay.
Whenever I've sat with him for podcasts or anything like that, whenever he talks, I can't stop laughing.
Okay. Lastly, arrest somebody for being a buzzkill at a party.
तो बोलेंगे तो फिर then it'll be a problem. No, next time he won't. That person won't call me for the party.
Chalo, ek naam, one name.
Yeah. No, there are a couple of friends, but I think people who don't dance. वो बहुत लंबी लिस्ट है. I will arrest them
I don't
for
dance
not
at a
dancing.
party.
Why?
I'm bad freestyle dancer. I only do choreographed dancing. At a party, I don't dance.
Okay, that's a revelation.
Yeah.
All right then, on that note, thank you so much,
Thank
guys.
you.
All the
Thank
very
you.
best for you, turn.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.